look, that's where.
Hey, Shaterika.
Hi, Miss Hanson.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. How was your summer?
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had summer classes and I've been working and there's just been a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, today we're just going to go over the syllabus and we're just going to kind of lay out there how classes are going to go. Did you sign up to go? You're all virtual, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, you'll be fine. See my board right here?
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm going to do all semester pretty much is just work out problems like I would in your regular class. And then so you can watch it live and over in the chat. You see over in the chat, if you push chat at the bottom of your little screen.
Yeah. Yep, there we go.
Okay, so if you wanted to ask a question or whatever, you just type it in over in your chat section and I can stop and answer your question. You don't usually have many questions, but and things like that. And I'm also going to record the whole thing, which means if you wanted to watch it later, I'm going to record it and then put it in your Blackboard course content. And I'm going to go over all this when everybody else gets here. Blackboard course content as a YouTube link, so you can really watch it anytime you want.
Okay.
You know, and then so when we go over, and then you'll just do that too. You'll do your 2.1 section in My Labs Plus after we go over it.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah. So now I'm just waiting on other. So did you get 2 separate Zoom invites?
I only got one.
Okay, good. Yeah, my 10 o'clock class, they were my guinea pigs, and I hope they all get the right thing. I don't ever really have many people come into this class. Most people did virtual. I only have 2 people signed up to come on Mondays.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the social distancing part of it's working.
Right. Yeah.
There's always that. I mean, it would kind of defeat the purpose if everyone decided they were going to come in.
Right.
One day.
Right. You know, and it's just going to be real easy and just simple and easy going.
Yeah. At first, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this class online. But then I was like, oh wait, I got Miss Hanson. She made it so easy last time. Like, this is not going to be this hard.
I mean, it's literally going to be like you're in the classroom.
Yeah.
From the comfort of your home or wherever, the comfort of your car.
Yeah, for right now, it's the comfort of my car or my mom's car.
It's so quiet up here.
can't wait till all this is over.
Me too, girl. Me too.
And this is like the second time I've ever done any kind of Zoom meeting. So just kind of looking through everything that's on here, it's really new. Like I didn't even know you could do half of this stuff.
Yeah, so what are you looking at?
I just went on like the little more tab where like I saw like the chat, and then like I was also looking through the other stuff that said like raise hand and hide my video. Like I didn't even.
So if you wanted to stop your video, like watch when I stop my video.
Ah.
So that's what happens when you stop your video. It just puts your name out there.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't want, if you're like, laying in bed or whatever, watching the video or in Zoom live, and you just want to show your name, then just hit stop video, and then nobody has to see where you are.
Yeah. That's handy.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
Check my email real quick and see.
Okay.
Have you done Zoom classes before? Like Zoom?
Yeah, in spring, for everything transitioned over. And I did 2 open summers.
Yeah.
Hard to interpret because unless speaker whoever's hosting like spotlight your video, you click on the three little dots, you click spotlight, and you see that one. So the internet doesn't do that with our video. There was one that we were on that did like 125 people.
So what can I do to do that to where they just see?
So like if you wanted to show, for example, just her video, if you click on the 3 dots, it says spotlight. You don't have spotlight. Interesting.
But I would just want to show mine though, right?
Well, so like for example, if in our case, if this is one student and then I'm over here as the interpreter, you would be like screen sharing this and then spotlight the interpreter video so that the deaf student at home would see essentially like me in the bubble, like on TV, kind of, where they'll have a little screen at the bottom. It'll pin the video of the interpreter it's usually not a big problem, especially if you've got like 2 people on the thing, because you can see all the screens. So whenever we've got like 170 people on one call, because you know, it's I think like 20 or 30 people on a page, and then you've got to tab over to another page of 20 people, another page of 20 people. And so whenever your deaf person's like digging around during the Zoom meeting trying to find what screen you're on and blowing up the chat. Oh, no. Everybody's adjusting the chat.
So I want them right now just to be able to see me and what I'm doing. Shaterica, can you see anything else besides me? Do you see me and you?
Yeah, I can see me and me. I mean, see you and me. Yeah, I can see you and me.
So I just want them to be able to see me right now.
I don't know that you're able to control that thing, because like they can click gallery view, presenter view, grid view on their end. But I don't know, there might be a way to do it where they
Let me stop her
see
video.
the screen.
So now that I stopped her video, oh, there is a closed caption button down here.
Oh.
You know anything?
Use a third party.
You can like assign someone to capture.
Hey guys. Okay. So there, that's what I want to see right there. Yeah. Good morning. How are y'all?
Good morning. Oh, pretty good.
I'm gonna wait just a couple more minutes. I should have a couple of students coming in class, but most of y'all did choose virtual. And I think I can close caption it in YouTube also. So I'm gonna make it a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna send it out as a recording in YouTube, like as a YouTube link to every student.
Yeah, that would be helpful caption. I was thinking about that whenever I heard you mention it. It's like I won't be on the screen obviously, so the recording won't have the ASL version on it. So that means that you wouldn't necessarily be able to access it, you might see it. But the caption solve that problem.
All right, for those of you who got my email last night, I did send out the syllabus that we're gonna go over today. If you didn't, the syllabus is located in your Blackboard shell now. You should be able to access your Blackboard shell, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is just mainly go through the syllabus and just talk about how this semester is going to work, how it's going to go. Okay, first of all, I'm Shelly Hansen. I'll be teaching this class. I will be Zooming it live every time. Hi. Yeah, you want to sit there or there, either way. So I'm going to be Zooming live every single class, and then after the class, I'm going to save it as a YouTube video and send it and put it in your Blackboard content folder. And I will show you exactly how all that's going to happen here in a minute. I will share my screen to show you how that's going to happen. Okay, so even if you did choose a day to come and you decided not to come that day, that's completely fine. I don't take attendance in the classroom. Okay, the only attendance that I'm ever going to take is going to be by the work that you're going to do in Math Lab. Okay, so let's just go through all this. Now, at the top of your syllabus, and I can bring it up real quick. So now you should be able to see my syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to go through all of this real quick, and then I'll go back to my screen. Okay, so we'll just walk through it. My name is, again, Shelly Hansen. My office is IT 409B. Now, the interesting thing about that is my office is so small, and it's an area with a bunch of other offices, that there's no room to social distance in there. So what I'm going to do for student hours is take them by appointment, and then we'll just meet either in an open classroom or outside in an open area or whatever, something like that. Okay, my office phone is on here. And my email by far is going to be the best way to get in touch with me. Okay, since I'm not going to be actually in my office that much unless I have an appointment, then email is the best way to get in touch with me. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So here's what you chose. The high flex model is where you have to choose one of the days to come, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, or choose to become completely virtual, which is what several of y'all have done. And I'm going to show you how convenient that is going to be for y'all. All right, I'm going to scroll through this. There's the catalog description. The course materials is also something new. If you'll notice, the course materials, the book and all that was actually included in the fees for this class. The only thing you would have to purchase outside of what was included for the fees is your TI-84 calculator. Now, if you have a TI-83 from high school or whatever, that'll work just fine. But if you are buying one, a TI-84 is what you'll need, 84 or 84 plus. Now, a lot of times you can find them for cheaper on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. All right, I'm going to keep scrolling through all the mission statements and things like that. Okay, just masks. If you are a student that comes to class, masks are required the entire time. Anytime you're inside a building at Pulaski Tech, you have to have a mask on. And so I'm down to the attendance policy. So on the attendance policy, you'll notice, so that the attendance policy is obviously very different. I don't take attendance in class ever. It is all strictly just doing the work in the math lab. Okay, now this is not anything major that we need to talk about right now. The last day to drop a course or withdraw from the college, if you're dropping out for the semester or whatever, is November 30th. I don't expect that from anybody. If you are planning on dropping a class, please go to your instructor before you do that. Okay, because it can affect your financial aid. There might be things that your instructor may be willing to do to accommodate you that you don't know about. So make sure you always go to your instructor before you choose to drop a class. All right. Campus visitors. Obviously, with COVID, there's absolutely nobody outside of students allowed on campus. All right, scrolling down. The grading policy, it's pretty straightforward. 90 to 100 is A, 80 to 89 is B, 70 to 79 C, 60 to 69 is a D, and 0 to 59 is an F. Okay, so just standard grading scale. Now, if you'll look in this little box on page 9, it shows you how the grades are broken down. Every single thing you're going to work is going to be done in my math lab. All your tests will be taken on my math lab. They will not be paper pencil. They will not be taken in class since nobody is required to come to class. So everything is going to be taken in my math lab. Your homework will be worth 15%. Your quizzes are worth 10. Your tests, which there will be 4 of, altogether they'll be worth 50. And the final exam at the end of the semester is worth 25%. All right, now down to this next page. You'll see the homework. Turn that page over onto the next page. So again, it says homework will be assigned each section discussed. All problems, again, found in Math Lab. Homework should be worked out on paper and kept in an organized fashion. Now I'm about to show you how in Blackboard, how I set this up to be just so simple for you to follow along exactly like you were in one of my classes. I've had a couple of people in my class before in this class, and that you will see that it is nothing different. Nothing has changed. Okay. At the end of the semester, the 2 lowest math homework grades will be dropped. All right, the second part of the grades are the quizzes. You will have a quiz before each test. Okay, again, the quizzes will be in Math Lab. And the quizzes, just like the homework, oh, I forgot to say something about the homework. You have unlimited times to work each homework problem. And once we get into Math Lab and all that in just a little bit, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, the quizzes, again, you will have an unlimited amount of time to work the quizzes. And what the quizzes are is a review for the test, which will always be the very next assignment. Okay? So again, and then at the end of the semester, the lowest quiz score will be dropped. Tests. Again, 4 tests. I usually give test paper pencil, but again, since we're not here on campus, it all will be assigned in Math Lab, okay? And same with your final exam. Now, the makeup and late policy. All of the assignments already have due dates, all through the whole semester. All assignments will be opened up on Monday. The assignments for that whole week will be due Sunday at midnight. So you have a full calendar week to do the assignments that we cover that week. If one test is missed for any reason, the grade on it will be a 0, but the final exam grade that you get will replace your lowest test score, which means if you make a 0 on a test, first of all, send me an email. More than likely, I'm going to give you a little extended time. If you just accidentally missed it or forgot about it, you know, things happen. Remember, you're extending me grace. I'm extending you grace this semester, right? That's how it's going to roll. So if you do miss a test, just send me an email. Chances are I'm probably going to open it up for you. But if it does become an issue and all that and everything, just remember your final exam grade will replace your lowest test score. Okay? All right, all this other stuff is just standard, normal stuff on all. Now, if you look at page 12, if you're following along with me, on page 12, that's our course schedule. That's what assignments are going to be assigned each week. We're not actually doing any math today. I'm just trying to show you how the class is going to roll, let you ask questions, things like that. But page 12 and 13 is the schedule of what's going to be covered each week throughout the semester. Now, all schedules are tentative. So if we do get ahead or behind, we'll adjust accordingly. So there you can do your course schedule. So if you'll notice right here, usually I put exactly what day your final exam is. but they haven't put out the final, they just know that, I just know that that's the week of final exams. Okay, so chances are I'll probably be able to just open up your exam and give you a couple of days to log in and take it. Again, that's a ways off. Now, this course agreement form, since again, you don't have to come to campus, if you, I'm about to show you in Blackboard where you can actually make, don't need to send this in. If you do, you'll have to take this Blackboard quiz. Okay, so now since I've gone through that, I'm going to stop sharing my, so now y'all are back to see me, right? Shaterika, can you see me? I see that the others are muted, but Shaterika, are you back to seeing me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now I am going to go back to sharing my screen, and I'm going to go and show you where you will find all of this stuff in Blackboard. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, they can't see anything, all they can see is, all y'all can see is my screen, right? Just that.
Yeah.
Okay, so just go straight to your UA-PTC portal. Log in. Now you're gonna come over here. We do not click on MyLabs Plus anymore. We only click on this Blackboard right here. Now, once you click on your Blackboard, all the classes that you're taking will show up right here. You'll click on your class. And you'll come to this Start Here page. So on this Start Here page, if you've never taken a Blackboard course before, you can do this little tutorial. Here's where I've put your syllabus. So if you click right here, I sent it to you in an email last night, but I also put it right here for you to open. Here's that course schedule. That's the same course schedule that was in your email. I mean, in your syllabus. All right, course description, course materials. Now, I suggest you just completely skip through this opt-out situation because that opts you out of getting the materials that you need for this course, which means you will not be able to get into Math Lab and you won't be able to do any work. So I would not even worry about any with that. Come on in. So now down to the learning outcomes. Those are just the things that we have to list in our Blackboard thing. Now, see down here, this course agreement quiz. You're fine. You can, if you want to sit right there. I'm just sharing my screen right now. Most of the time this won't be happening. I'm just going to live stream coming from the board. So this is the only time it's just going through the syllabus and Blackboard and stuff like that. So if you need a little help after this, then that's no problem. Yeah. So after you do go through everything, you do want to click here and take this course agreement quiz. Okay. Now let's look at the scroll back up. Now my links over on the left are going to look a little bit different than yours. Okay. I can't remember. Yours may say like My Math Lab all assignments. I'm going to come in here. Oh, first of all, main thing is go to this course content. See this course content link up here where my cursor is? When you click the course content, I have the whole entire semester set up as weekly folders for the whole semester. If I click on week 1, now these 2 handouts are what I'm going to teach in class. So if you want to know exactly the problems I'm going to work on Monday morning, look at this 2.1 handout. So there's the handout that I'm going to work through every single problem on the board Wednesday. So if you wanted to go through before Wednesday and print that off, and then and it's going to be the same exact problems and everything. If you wanted to print it off so that you could go through and just take the notes directly on that handout, you'll have those notes when you go into my math lab. So that's what So I'm going to teach the 2.1 handout on Wednesday and the 2.2 handout on Friday. Now, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to save it as a YouTube link and put it right down here. So you'll see something else later on this afternoon in your week 1 folder down here that says YouTube video. I'll probably name it first day of class or something like that. Okay. Now, after you go to course content, print off your handout that I'm going to work. Then over here, you'll see something. It says either my Math Lab student links or my Math Lab assignments or something like that. So click on that. And then what you're trying to get to is my lab math all assignments. So you know that 2.1 handout that I'm going to go over in class on Wednesday. After you do that, you're going to go to the 2.1 assignment, open it up, look open question 1. The question 1 that is on this assignment is going to match the question 1 that we went over in class. So that way, and then you'll go and you'll do your work in the math lab and submit it. Okay? And I'll go through and give different tutorials on things that you're going to need to know to be able to do certain functions and things, how to graph in my math lab and all that. Okay? So let's see. I didn't print that off. So let's see what was, I'm going to go back and just show you how go back to course content and write down a couple of the first problems since I didn't print it off. So I'm going to go back into week 1. Let's see what the first 2 problems are going to be for. So graph the equation by plotting points. In just a second, I'm about to stop sharing my screen and show you exactly how this is going to work. Okay, so now I'm not sharing my screen anymore. So you should just see me at the board. All right, is everybody with me now? They're all muted, just fine. So I'm going to work the first two problems that are on that sheet just so you can see exactly how this is going to go. So the first problem says to graph the line by plotting points, and we have y equals 3/2 x plus 1. Okay, and you're not going to believe this, but I forgot my graphing calculator on the first day. You don't have yours with you, do you? Like a TI-84?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this because I don't want to make, there's different ways to go about this, but we've got this calculator that we paid a lot of money for, so we're going to do it that way. Okay, so all you would need to do is go to,
Oh, the
batteries are dead. Go to the y equals button on your calculator. And again, we're going to do all of this over on Wednesday. I'm going to teach a real full lesson. Okay. So if I was going to graph y equals 3/2 x plus 1, I could, if I needed to, make a little pie chart or an XY chart, choose numbers to plug in for the x. The first number I would plug in would probably be 0. Plug it in for the x, so let's see what that would give me. Y equals 3/2 times 0 plus 1. So now I have to figure out what this is. So 3/2 times 0, anything times 0 is still 0, right? Bring down that plus 1. So y equals 0 plus 1, which is 1. So when I plugged in the 0 for the x, it gave me a 1 for the y. To graph a line, you would need 2 points. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to choose another number to plug in for x. And I'm going to show you an easier way to do this on Wednesday when I do have my graphing calculator. I'm going to plug in a 2, and that's for a good reason. That's going to make me not have any fractions because of this denominator. So if I plug in a 2 for the x, so let's see, I'd have plugging in 2, 3/2 times 2 plus 1. Here's why I plugged in the 2, because those 2's will cancel each other out. So now I'm just left with this 3. Bring down the plus 1. So I'm left with y equals 3 plus 1. So what does that give me? Y equals 4. So when I plugged in 2, it gave me 4. And again, don't worry about getting all the math part of this right now. I'm just trying to get you used to how this is going to flow, how these classes are going to be presented to you. And again, even if you're not here during the live session, I will be sending it to you as a YouTube video, and I'll put that in that course content folder later this afternoon to show you how that works. Okay, so now after I've come up with my 2 points, I would need to plot them to draw the line. So let's see, my first point is at 0, 1. That's what I found from plugging in that 0 at 0, 1. So that tells me I don't go left or right at all because my x is 0. But I do go up 1 for the y. So there'd be a point right here. The other one is at 2, 4. So since my x is 2, I will go to the right 2 on this x-axis. My y is 4, so I will go up 4. So right 2, up 4. Right 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another point. Once you have drawn 2 points, or plotted 2 points, MathLab automatically connects that for you, okay? So do you see how this is going to run? Again, anytime I need to show you something on MathLab or anything, I can just automatically go now back to sharing my screen and show you how to put that answer like that into MathLab, okay? Is there anybody that okay, Francisco, I see your question. Will we need to have all the materials by next week? So all the materials are included in the fees of this class. When you log in to click on that Blackboard, all that MathLab stuff is already there for you. It was included in the class fees. The only thing that you would need to purchase outside of what's included is your calculator, that graphing calculator. Does that help, Francisco? Good, 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 good. So yeah, and anytime you have a question during the Zoom, if I'm going through a lesson or whatever like that, and you have a question, you can type over in that Zoom chat and I can read your question and answer it immediately during class time. Like if you said, wait, what's that? How did you know to go over 2 and up 4 or whatever? You could just either unmute yourself, since there's not that many students in this class, it wouldn't be too big of a deal. Or do you have a raise hand function? Are you in the Zoom right now? If you have a raise hand function, you can raise your hand and I can see that. Or you, just like Francisco did over on the chat, if you click down, scroll down at the bottom of your screen, you should see a bunch of functions and one of them should say chat. So if you hit that chat button, all of the chat is going on over on the right side of the screen. Okay. Is there any other questions that anybody has right now about anything? If so, raise your hand or just unmute yourself so we can get through any questions that we have from the beginning. Anybody in class or? I'm good. You're good? Good. Okay. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, I think that what we have accomplished today is what we needed to accomplish just to get you. So, oh, wait, let me go here. So I tried to set up the whole semester of Zooms and it was a complete nightmare. I think it was worse for my 10 o'clock class than your class. So I am just going to send you one like the night before class, the Zoom link to log into, just like I did. When did I send this one to y'all? Yesterday morning? Yeah, so I'll just send it to you the day before class until I get brave enough to try and link it to my Outlook calendar and all that again. But when I tried to do that this weekend, it was a nightmare. It wasn't doing what I thought. So
do those have captions?
It said, when I said caption, it did say sending it to a third party or something, but I think I can caption it in my YouTube video. Have you used YouTube video closed captions before?
Sure.
You have? Okay. May have you help me look at that. Yes, we will need a calculator by Wednesday. Order my books and calculator on Saturday. So does that mean you're getting your calculator on Saturday? And Francisco, I'm going to unmute you real quick. That doesn't mean anybody can see you, but so you ordered yours. Oh, it hasn't shipped yet.
Hello?
Okay, so all that means is if you don't have a calculator by Wednesday, that's fine. We can work through it. You shouldn't have to have ordered a book, though.
Oh, no, I didn't order a book. I just ordered the calculator.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
But nothing has shipped yet, so I'm just wondering, if I don't have one by Wednesday, is that okay if I have one by Friday?
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
have to pick it up
Not
at
a problem at all.
Yeah, because they're gonna ship it to my house. I can't go to the bookstore yet, so I was just wondering.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Takia, am I saying your name right? Okay. We are going to do a lot of stuff on the TI-84. Everything is, if I can make it more simple for you in the calculator, that's what I'm going to do. There's a lot of things that take a lot of legwork that can be done very simply in the calculator. And if that's the case, I'm going to teach you how. I might show you an example of how to work it out full blown that takes 3 sheets of paper, or not really, but then how you can use your calculator to do it very simply. Does that help? Got it. All right. Anybody else have any questions? You can either unmute yourself and ask me in voice or type it over in chat. All right. Well, if nobody else has any questions, then I'm going to go ahead and end it for today. And then be looking for an email from me to come up come to you on Tuesday. I would check your email at least once a day from emails from instructors to log in to class on Wednesday for Wednesday morning at 9. All right. All right. Everybody have a good day, and I will see y'all on Wednesday.